Right.
What have you got? 3 races tonight, do you?
Yes. Touring car style.
Yeah. Touring car style, right. So no pit stops.
No.
20-minute, bang,
So,
bang, bang.
yeah. So, there should
Send me
be...
a share screen.
Yeah.
It's just gone off my screen again now. How do I get that back?
Press the middle button. Go to the party voice chat.
Party voice chat. Ah, yep.
And then my name should pop up and it says like a share screen or something. Or what share screen?
View shared screen.
Now you should see exactly what I'm looking at.
Okay, I've got it to one side at the moment. So, picture in picture, pin to side. No, don't want either of them.
Picture in picture, I think you need.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's it. Do I need to have the... Oh, do I?
You probably need to close the game, I reckon.
Yeah,
Whatever
that's
game
what I'm
you're playing.
thinking. Play. Right, I've just clicked on play, so hopefully I should get... I wasn't playing Assetto Corsa.
Oh, you don't need to be playing. You don't need to be playing Assetto Corsa.
Well, no, but okay. It was.
You don't need to be playing anything. You just need to be able to. So I can't remember how to do it without doing it, but you literally just click the share screen, and you should be able to just make it maximize. Really.
Okay, let's try that again. I got share screen there. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Right. Right, so I've got full screen in front of me now.
Yeah, so right now I'm looking at Wilbrink, yeah?
Are we? Yeah, green BMW, green and white BMW, yeah.
And
just going around the corner.
Yep, and now we're looking at McGowan.
Yep.
Sweet.
Right.
This might be fucking easier, to be honest, because then we can see the exact same thing.
See the same thing, yeah. At least you're not commentating on 2 lots of things. Right, I don't need fucking steering wheel anymore, that's for sure, because I'm watching what you're watching.
We will be going live in 9 minutes.
Okie dokie. So what time is it now? 10 to 5 to 8 you start, didn't you? Or 10 to 8 o'clock?
I start at 8 o'clock. I don't fuck about. I do the times as it should.
You think you're going to miss commentating?
No.
No, really?
No, really. I'm sick of it. Sick to death of it. I can't be arsed with it no more. I come home and I'm fucking doing this straight away. It's just like...
Yeah, I suppose it's a chore, isn't it?
And I mean, there's nights... It's fucking long as well.
Yeah, you've got all night and everything to do yourself. I mean, there's nights I come home and I think, oh, fuck me, I've got to commentate tonight, you know? And then when I get into it, I usually enjoy it. But then I have got someone to banter with, you know? So
yeah, I'm doing it on my own.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's harder. But I don't mind, like, the morons we've had previously, I don't mind, like, doing it on my own because I've had just shit people commentating. Oh, fuck off.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's
tonight easier. You got another one.
Well, again, it's easier to, talk to you rather than talk to myself.
Yeah.
We can actually chat shit about Silverstone and, these
and
cars. Have you ever driven these cars?
The other day, actually, I had to go in them the other day. They're, very planted, aren't they? Obviously slow, but
yeah, they're like a Clio Championship. It was like I like to think of them.
Yeah, I think they handle a bit better than the Clio. Clios were a pain in the arse. Yeah, I've got a real BMW thing going on. In Dirt 2, I'm driving a M2, which is really quite nice. I kind of had the horn again for a BMW on the road, I told you I sold the Leon, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't.
Oh, that's shit.
Yeah, he's backed out of it. Well, I say he's backed out of it. He might still do it in the new year, but.
All right.
Yeah, it's in for it's in for MOT tomorrow, so we'll see.
One of them fucking situations.
Yeah. I mean, fair play. I mean, I know the guy. He's not just a random one. I know the guy, but his missus is being made redundant from Trelisk before Christmas. So
Fucking what?
Yeah, fucking wankers, and they, So yeah, it's you can kind of go, well, yeah, fair play. If your missus is being made redundant, then fucking hell. But yeah, so he kind of backed out, which was or he's kind of still provisionally in the new year because he thinks his missus will get another job, but he's got the money to pay for it. He's just fucking being careful now. Is like you would be.
Yeah, with one member only bringing in the money now, it's fucking hard, isn't it?
Absolutely. So, I mean, I wasn't bothered about it before Christmas, but because obviously I'm going away for New Zealand, aren't I? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
What do you want to do about Christmas, by the way? What I remember.
Fucked if I know. I was going to have a conversation with you about it. I mean, you've obviously sent me a link for those headphones or whatever. I mean, I can do it any way you want. I was going to say to you, do you want me to see what I can find you in New Zealand?
I was going to say, wouldn't it be easier to do it in the new year? When you're
yeah,
back?
Absolutely.
I'm happy to do that because that will, if anything, no offense, that will even make my life a bit easier to get yours and Haley's presents kind of done and organised a bit better, not rushed. With also then the Boxing Day sales and stuff, I can probably get like a few other bits and bobs. And if you find anything in New Zealand,
well,
then,
we're starting off the holiday of we've got 5 days in Wellington, which is the capital city. So there's some different stuff. I mean, I don't know if you've seen that Vans New Zealand shirt that I've got. You can't fucking get them over here, So I just thought I might see something that you might think you like, and I'd pick some up in New Zealand. Like, if I come back and I haven't found anything, then fucking, your headphones, whatever other links you've got. Do you know what I mean? We'll see what we can do. Like,
Yeah, like I said, I'll find some stuff.
Yeah.
And send them anyway, and then you got an idea. So when you're back or whatever, or you need a backup plan, you've got some stuff ideas then. Okay. Again, like always, I'm not fussed. I'm kind of forcing myself to find shit.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know what the fuck I want, to be honest with you.
Is there more albums like vinyls you want? Is there?
Yeah, probably.
Foo Fighters. Give me a list of your Foo Fighters vinyls that you don't, you do have, and I'll see what I can find. You've got an obsession with Foo Fighters at the minute, haven't you?
Not so much just right at the moment. No. I can give you a list of vinyls. That's reasonably easy.
Give me a list of vinyls that are not stupid. The KLF fucking one.
Well, that was your idea, to be fair. It was
my idea. It was a good idea. But then, when I then did the research, I went, oh shit.
Yeah, mate. Always have another look. If you find one the right money, then it would always be cool.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want you to blow your brains out on it.
Yeah, exactly. Right, you can do me a favour in a minute. Actually.
What's that?
When I go live, just mute yourself momentarily and just let me know. Just like when you come in after mute, just tell me that we're all live and sounding good and everything, because the audio is difficult on this because it says there's desktop audio and then there's the browser source audio. Sometimes if the desktop isn't unmuted, then I can't hear the browser source. So it's just when we go live, just make sure I can hear make sure you can hear the cars and me chatting shit, basically. Just say, yep, we're live and ready to go here, Dan, at Silverstone. Just say that and then I'll know that we're all good.
I'll have to bring it up on my phone then, because my little laptop that I watch on, the audio doesn't work. So
that's fine.
I can do that.
I'll waffle on a little bit, and if it's all sound, then like I said, just come in and say, we're all live and ready to go here at Silverstone, and then I'll know when you say that we're all good. If you don't say that, then I'll start fucking about with shit and see if I can get it working. It should be fine. I've done it a million times now.
You've got no music playing at the moment, is that correct?
Yes, no music should be playing at this minute in time.
Right, okay, yeah. Right, okay. Can do that.
And Loena's going to be watching.
Is she? Oh, excellent.
Please don't say nothing.
First watch?
She's watched a couple.
As in what? As in what?
You know what I mean.
Daniel's girlfriend with the really attractive boobies is watching tonight. Something like that, yeah? Is that what you want me to do?
No, don't do
No.
that.
Funny that, yeah. Funny that. Fucking hell, innit? You're worse than fucking Haley for thinking that I'm going to say something dumb.
I didn't say dumb.
Well, that's what you thought.
Right. We are going to go live in 1 minute or so.
Okay, let me just check that I'm going to keep talking and I'm going to mute my mic to make sure that...
I can't hear you now. You're gone. I'm assuming that's what you were testing.
Can you hear me now?
I can now.
Yeah, it's just a bit weird on this headset, the muting. Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be slightly delayed, obviously, due to the fact we're on here now, so, yeah. Okay, we're going to go live in 5, 4... Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Simplay Motorsport. We are live here for the next round of the championship, round 5 of the season, and we are at the home of the British Motorsport round. Silverstone, the home of British Motorsport, and joining me in the commentary box tonight is my father and co-racer, co-commentator Kelly Davis, and we'll be bringing you all the action this evening, and looking forward to a great night's worth of racing here for the Who Darren Cup, and like I said, home at the British circuit of Silverstone. Kelly Davis, are we loud and clear and ready to go racing tonight?
We are ready to go racing and sounding great. Good evening, folks. Not my normal place to be. It's Simplay, but I was at a loose end, so I thought I'd come in and sit in the commentary box.
Well, I've just already noticed that Kelly's just slightly quiet, but we're going to make that fine adjustment on him so we can hear him loud and clear. But yes, Kelly, we are here for Silverstone for the next round of the championship. You sound like a robot. Who sounds like a robot?
Who sounds like a robot?
Myself or Kelly?
Like Daft Punk.
You might... Well, I might sound slightly different because I'm on a different headset tonight, so we'll sound slightly different. But we are live, also quite tiny for both mics. Okay, understood.
Wow.
So we'll I said.
We've got lots of great feedback already, just on the sound. Nice to hear.
I think what the reason is usually I don't use the browser source as the volume, so we should be a lot louder and clearer, so hopefully we shouldn't sound so robotic either. But either way, Kelly, we are live and ready to go racing for the M2 Championship, and obviously for yourself and people who are watching here at Simplay Motorsport, the way the Who Darren Cup works is like the British Touring Car Championship. We are racing in a 3-race format, where basically they'll be doing 20-minute sprints, and regarding the championship, the drivers will be carrying success ballast on board as well. So if you're leading the championship, you'll be carrying the maximum ballast, which is 40 kilos, and then second will be 35, a third is 30, and so on and so forth down to 8th place position. We are ready to go racing here, Kelly. Obviously, Silverstone is an iconic circuit. Yep. These small, lightweight cars, very low in powered as well, but they do like a good slipstream. How are we looking for these M2s this evening? How much, what kind of racing are we expecting with these around this circuit?
Well, you're going to have to teach me a little bit here this evening, Dan, because this is my first rodeo as far as it comes to the M2s. I haven't had any experience. I've done a couple of laps in one, but I haven't seen any of the racing here for the Who Darren Cup. So you're going to have to guide me a little bit along this one. So, yeah, I get the format, touring car-esque, so short, sharp, 20-minute races, no pit stops. That sounds great, not a problem with that. I get the ballast thing, but as I said, you may have to fill in some of the gaps for me with these M2s. Who's quick round here? I'm beginning to think that maybe Kieran O'Reilly is probably quite quick, and Skunky is the man on pace at the moment. So Who's quick, who's not?
Well, obviously Kieran O'Reilly, your defending side series champion, who Darren Cup champion. He is one to definitely keep an eye on as well. He's carrying actually the 40 kilos tonight, so it should actually hurt him quite a bit here tonight. Obviously, with the weight on board, the low-powered cars, it should really struggle for him on this one. But like you said, Skunky's looked quite quick in these. McGowan has definitely been very rapid in these. But he's just not had the luck this season. We've also got a couple of I believe they're Polish drivers as well, the likes of Strowski, Nugamanov, Zdanov. Those kind of guys are always there mid-pack, and already the names are crazy as hell, aren't they?
Yeah. Gonna have to keep me up to date with these a bit. I'm gonna have to follow your lead on some of these names this evening. No doubt, like I do on a Thursday night, I'll have to abbreviate some of them or make my own up for them. Or maybe stick to the characters I know. Because there is a lot of the characters that it's such a wide pool of talent, this one, isn't it? Being that it's open to anybody. You don't need to be pro or pro-am or done hot stints or do any kind of race analysis to be classified in this one. So it's pretty much a free-for-all, isn't it, this one?
Yeah, pretty much. I think, like I said, the way the ballast works really does hamper some of the drivers, and especially with the low-powered cars as well. It does offer opportunities for drivers to really gain in this championship and have a good little scrap. And the nice things about these cars, you can go wheel to wheel, bang doors with one another. And I think that's the best thing about a one-series championship. They just do produce some great racing and great entertainment. So we'll keep an eye on all that. Another driver to keep an eye on as well is Silth. So the two MSA boys last time out at Imola took all 3 wins. So it was an MSA dominant weekend for them. But one other thing. Well, not so on pro the other night, was it? It was actually Rosowski who ended up taking the win at Imola, which was a fantastic and enjoyable round to participate and also witness myself while racing. One other thing to discuss here as well, Kelly. Obviously, the way the format works for Pro and Pro-Am is we have the Platinum and the Gold drivers, and we also have the Bronze and the Silvers. Regarding the M2s, we have 3 separate classes: Gold, Silver, and Bronze. The Gold drivers on your left-hand side are shown in white.
Yep.
The silver drivers are shown in grey, and your bronze drivers are shown in red. So it's an idea to keep an eye on who is where regarding the championship and where they are in placement of in the race. So, for example, leading the silvers at the minute is Will Brink, who's currently in the pits at the minute, but not far off behind him is Zdanov as well. So these two have been having a couple of good rounds coming into this weekend, and really looking to try and give the Platinums or the Gold drivers a bit of a headache. Regarding Silverstone, go on, Kelly.
Sorry, separate classes, separate wins, yeah? Same as Pro-Am and Pro.
Exactly the same, yeah. More like we'll look to the race winner, but we'll mention that they won their classes as well, so silver and bronze.
Okay,
also.
I'm with you.
Regarding Silverstone, obviously the home of British motorsports. And what's your genuine opinion on this track? For me, I think it's the benchmark to British motorsport. It's the best British circuit we have, obviously, regarding FIA standards. It's an FIA Grade 1. Obviously, Formula 1 come here as well. But for me, you've got to have a lot of confidence in your car around this circuit. A lot of fast corners, flowing corners, such as Copse, Maggots, Beckett's, that whole sequence of corners. I think you've got to have a car that's well suited underneath you and have that kind of nice flow to the circuit.
Yes, you want my honest opinion on it?
Go for it. We love honesty here at Simply.
Brilliant. Donny's better. I think Donny's a better track to drive than Silverstone. I think Silverstone is a little bit too clinical. Yes, it is an FIA Grade 1, and it's a world-class facility. You know, on the world stage, Silverstone is right up there with... who's that That
was Millington.
Yeah, that was quite a moment there, getting it all sideways, just like a Beamer should be. I think as a facility, and I mean, I've been there in recent years. You know, it's a brilliant facility, and as I said, a real jewel in the crown for British motorsport. As far as drivability goes, I don't dislike driving around Silverstone, but I find it a little bit a little bit drab. Um, uh, and if that offends some people, I am sorry. But I prefer Donny Park for a driver, as a driver.
Well, I think over the years, I think obviously the weather really does contribute a lot to this circuit. Obviously, we saw in F1 this year how much the weather can affect this circuit and really bring it alive. I think corners where you see in the F1 cars where you got the likes of Cops, which is pretty much flat out for F1 cars. As soon as it becomes wet, it does change the element of this circuit massively. It becomes a lot trickier circuit. Obviously, there's a lot of runoff. There's a lot of space to go off. And I'm in the same ballpark as you. I do prefer Donington Park to this. I would prefer to see Formula One at Donington Park. Would be entertaining, but nonetheless, I don't know why we're sounding robotic. I really don't. But yeah, I do prefer this circuit. I'm going to have a quick look at why we're sounding robotic a minute.
Okay, you do that, and I'll answer your question. Well, yeah, and I prefer the new Silverstone lineup, the latest variation of the layout, should I say, of Silverstone. I kind of like the way it flows, pretty much from the Vale chicane, which is the last chicane before you go on the new start-finish straight. And I quite like that, into turn one, and then into the, I believe it's the village complex in the middle. When I get out onto the Wellington straight, I then find it all a little bit on the dull side, really. So I kind of like half the track and not the other half. I mean, we won't see a Formula One at Donny Park. They haven't got the infrastructure for it, so and this is why racetracks are chosen, because of the infrastructure and the money that's been invested in Silverstone over the last however many years. Is why it still continues to have the British Grand Prix.
Yeah, I think I know why we're sounding robotic, but
okay, it's got nothing to do with Daft Punk.
It's nothing to do with Daft Punk. It's nothing to do with the Terminator either. I think it's due to the fact that obviously the way this was a last minute. Yeah, we know there's a slight echo. The way we've done this evening is Kelly's last minute joined me in the commentary box, so we weren't prepared and ready, and we didn't want to reset the server just to get him in. So I'm currently streaming and share playing to Kelly now. So I think that's going to be why we're sounding a little bit robotic. I am going to try and make some adjustments and changes to help that.
Okay.
But I can't promise it will fix it. So.
Okay. While you're doing that, we've started qualifying, 10-minute qualifying. As you know, as I said, it's not my normal night, so I don't quite know how everything works. But I've read the screen in the corner that says just under 10 minutes, so it must be a 10-minute qualifying. 10-minute qualifying is going to be quite hectic around here in a slow car, isn't it? I mean, this is a 2-minute lap in a quick car. I can't remember what it is in GT3. It's over a 2-minute lap in a GT3 car. It's nearly a 2-minute lap in a Formula One car, is it not? So in an M2, I would have thought it's. I wasn't paying attention to the times.
2 minutes 16 is what O'Reilly did.
2:16. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, well over a 2-minute lap. So that means after an out lap, that's only going to get a couple of flyers, isn't it? There's going to be no real time to go back to the pits, change tyres, and do all the rest of it. Are these guys restricted on tyres like the rest?
They are, but they're like 9 or 10 sets, so they can't go too crazy. So, they got a lot more than obviously the GT3s, but they can't go too crazy. Obviously, McGowan is the first one that managed to get out on circuit first. Hopefully, the echo should have eased off a little bit, but we're just going to have to run with it, guys. That's how we're going to live with it for now, and we will play him, and maybe a little bit later on we'll be able to sort it out. But if Kelly goes...
Yeah. I mean, we can't be anything like as annoying as the adverts that pop up. So, so if you can just live with it. It's my fault. I popped up without being announced. I just kind of turned up, rocked up, and yeah, it's my, it's mine. Loads of comments in the chat, especially from Matt Duffin. And normally I'm talking to him when I'm in this kind of party, but he's on the chat instead, so that's great. Love a walk round Donny. Yes, we do. Seeing there's no audio sport liveries, no audio sport cars in here. Unfortunately, we're so good in pro and pro am. Matt, we'll give Who Darren Cup some time off, isn't it? Because both Audio Sport teams are running towards the top of Pro and Pro-Am. So yeah, I haven't even. I have seen a livery that I like, but I don't know who's got it yet. So we'll get back to that a bit later on.
Well, we'll go on board with Benny Varga to take us a lap around this fantastic circuit of Silverstone. He's heads into Cops and he takes it a little bit too deep, goes a little bit wide.
Never mind that apex.
Never mind the apex. Max Verstappen definitely did make the apex a couple of seasons ago, but then into the fast flowing Maggots and Beckett's. Easy to chuck it into the first part of the chicanes and then into the slower part. Very easy to carry way too much speed through here, Kelly, and just go a little bit too deep.
Understeer City, this car, isn't it?
Yeah, Understeer City, very bouncy as well as he then exits out of the Maggots and Beckett section and heading down the hangar straight into Stowe, which Stowe has a really awkward bump on the left-hand side of the circuit just as you come up to the curb. How easy is that to hit?
Very, very easy. It's a strange old corner, this one. You feel that you can carry more speed, and then you get to the exit, and you definitely can't. Down into the Vale chicane, of course, the start-finish straight is the opposite end. It's the old start-finish straight. So coming into the new start-finish straight through the Vale chicane, accelerate hard. Again, with a GT3 and a Formula 1 car, you may have to come back off the power. I'm sure with these M2s that you can stay on the power all the way through. Run out to the curb, go over the new start-finish straight line, have a look at the lovely pit building on the right hand side as you swoop into this very, very fast right hander. Immediately you're on the curb for the left and let the car flow to the outside, or not, as Vargo shows, and pull it back to the right and then pick up the apex for this slow section. They call it Mickey Mouse. Every time I mention this one, I mention I got mugged there, something rotten by I can't remember his name off the top of my head now, but you can overtake just there if someone goes wide. You're down now Wellington Straight, this one down, is it?
That is the Wellington Straight that we're going down. We went through Farm Curve, Village, Loop and Aintree. We're now down the Wellington Straight, heading into Brooklands and Luffield outside the I can't remember
BRDC.
Yeah, that's it, the clubhouse. And then into the very long corner of Luffield. This corner feels like it takes forever to get round and easy to get wrong. And then you go into Woodcote, which isn't really a corner as such, but you cut the curb as much as you possibly can. And that is an interesting lap around Silverstone with Benny Varga, and puts him 3 seconds off the pace at the minute, with Kieran O'Reilly setting the pace at the minute with a 2:16.1 already. That's a fairly good lap time, with Will Brink, once again the silver driver, sat P2 at the minute, Kelly. So already showing his worth at the moment. But once again, you see the familiar faces of Skunky and Silth up there as well.
Yeah, also in the top 10 there's Hibbs as well, and my old friend Bungle's in there just outside the top 10. Andy just there, and in now 11th, NLR Bungle, that's him. There you go, in the 99 car. He'll love that.
Aberdeen throwing his way through the Maggots and Beckett section still. Meanwhile, Wilbrink is second at the minute. O'Reilly still setting the pace at this moment in time. We are waiting for Hibbs to come. I think he's come across the line. I know he's already set a lap time already of a 1.4 off the pace currently. So already these guys have only got one lap on the board. And obviously, Kelly, you mentioned that as you see there, Hibbs getting the back end sideways. These cars,
gotta love a Beamer.
We've got to love these little cars as well. They're entertaining indeed.
I'd like one of these on the road. I really would. I mean, who wouldn't want an M2? You know, but yes. As we go quicker, who's that?
That is Kowalski, who has gone fastest overall, and a part of the. I believe they're Polish. They'll probably get me corrected, but you'll see a group of them in slightly different shaded liveries, like that one, for example. Szorolski in a slightly different colour scheme, but it's the same kind of group as well. Yeah. But O'Reilly now comes out of Woodcote. Can he improve on his lap time? He doesn't, and stays where he is. So Kowalski, again, last time at Imola, really showed his worth and was giving the championship contenders a hard time, as McGowan now goes P3 as well. So he now gets himself into that top 3 position, and once again showing his worth.
Absolutely, yeah. So a few familiar names here and some new ones to me. But as I said, some familiar names at the top with O'Reilly, McGowan and Skunky and so on and so forth.
Indeed, they are, as we got O, as I've called him, because I have no chance in pronouncing that name. We're calling him O. It's coming out.
The Big O.
The Big O coming out of left field, going into Woodcut now. He's towing Flop just behind him as well. So Flop's getting a decent tow at the minute.
Flop, I like that. Is that his actual name?
I have no idea. I'm pretty sure it's not.
What's the F stand for? Is it
Fitzgerald? Fitzgerald? I don't know.
Fitzflop.
Flitzflop.
That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Love that.
As at the minute, Lee's the only one who's still in pit lane, and Matt Wright, the only one that lets set a lap time, and he does, and he's slowest overall with that lap time. So Matt Wright, he's not really been gelling with these M2s. It's been struggling at times to get onto pace. There's a few of them now starting to return to pit lane. I think it takes Szewolski, meanwhile, improves his lap time.
In the 15s, yeah.
I think it takes a certain style to really get the hang of these cars. Obviously, they're terrible on the brakes. The back end can step out. Yeah, they understeer, and they're quite. The guys don't. They say they're quite light, but they're quite heavy, as in steering wise. They're quite. You really have to wring the neck out of them to get the best out of them.
I did a couple of laps in one just recently, actually, and those of you who know me know I drive a McLaren, have done for all the time we've been on ACC. Although I did test a BMW right up until the last minute of the endurance that we did a couple of months back, and I like the BMW. The GT3 is the M4, isn't it? The GT3.
Yes.
And although it suffers terribly with understeer, of course, front engine, rear wheel drive, it would suffer with understeer. Driving one of these, and I had no setup, did no setup change, just jumped in and drive one. I found again that the understeer is really bad on these cars. Now I presume that some of these guys have done setup changes and dialed it out a little bit, although it does still look quite bad.
They're not the easiest thing to set up because there's actually not a lot of setup changes that you can do to them. So you now see Marsden now come to the line, 2.1 off the pace. He is leading bronze class at the minute, and leading silver is Wilbrink at this moment in time, and Kowalski is the man at the top of overall at the moment, as Nugamanov now completes his session, and best he could do is 12th. So that's the best he will do, as Flop doesn't improve. He stays 10th and can't improve on that. We now wait for a few of the others, as Millington now crosses to the line. He does improve, as does Gillies. He goes into 19th place position. The 45, that's Paro. He's now returning back to pit lane, as is a few others, I think, as well. As we've got the top guys still yet to come, but it is still Kowalski with the time to beat Kelly, and O'Reilly has got to try and find a little bit of pace to get on top of him.
Absolutely, and I quite like that livery of
Kowalski.
I quite like that livery. Got to love gold wheels, haven't you?
Of course you do. As Ramsel comes to the line, he goes 15th with that one, and we now just wait for the top guys to complete their lap times, including this man, McGowan. Like I said, had the pace, had the skills. It's just not had the luck this season with constant incidences at the start of races. I was going to mention, obviously, qualifying. You said about the 10-minute session. Obviously, when we go into race 2 and 3, to hamper some of the top guys, we're not doing a 10-minute qualifying session. It will be a 7-minute qualifying session, so it's even tighter. So you pretty much get 1 or 2 laps.
I was hoping you were going to say 5-minute, like we used to do with GT4s. That was fun. 5-minute qualifying is fun.
It's chaotic, is what it is. Post, meanwhile, to go 4th. Silth only can get 8th. He's currently 1.2 off the pace. He is, I wouldn't say struggling, but he's in the top 10, more importantly. So Silth, after a brilliant Imola, is struggling currently here at Silverstone. I can't remember if he said this is a circuit he enjoys or not, but either way, he crosses the line to only... And not looking like it. He only goes 8th with that one, as we now see Marsden is the last one to complete the lap time. He is going to lead bronze going into this, as we see tips in the chat. Crossing the line now, Marsden stays 18th with that one. So it's Kowalski who takes pole position here for the first race this evening. And Matthew Duffin in the chat saying the ballast looks like it's playing its part here. I would say so, but also Kieran O'Reilly just isn't human. I think he's an alien because he's carrying that 40 kilos and somehow has managed to put it second on that one, Kelly.
Yeah, he is certainly the man on form. I asked if last week in the pro night if I could adopt him because I was talking about him so much, and I normally save that for blood relatives, talking about him that much apparently, with a fantastic drive that he had in pro recovery drive. So yeah, Kieran O'Reilly does seem to be very much the fat man on form at Simplay, doesn't he? Are you going to flick back down through the grid, are you?
We are going to do a quick run through of the grid order. So it's going to be Kowalski who starts on pole position, and starting with him on the front row will be Kieran O'Reilly, your defending Darren Cup champion. McGowan starts in P3 with Post in that P4 position. Will Brink is just behind his teammate as well in P5, with Skunky sat in P6. P7 is a Schwarbert, then P8 is Silth. P9 is Zdanov, while in P10 is Flop, rounding out your top 10 on row 5. Row 6 is Hibbs in that 11th place position ahead of Nugamanov in 12th. Row 7 is Crespo ahead of Szwolski. And then row 8 we have Ramsdell ahead of Aberdeen. Then we have Vargas in that 17th place position ahead of Marsden in 18th, leading that bronze class, with Gillies starting in 19th and Jacket starting in that 20th position in the top 10th row of the grid. Millington in 21st, with O sat in that 22nd position, with Smith in 23rd, Anderson 24th, Parrow 25th, Matt Wright 26th position, with Lee not qualifying. I believe he had a qualifying ban. He starts from the back of the pack, and we're about to get underway for the formation lap here, Kelly, and based on the very little information that you've had and known, who are you looking at
Kieran
to possibly
O'Reilly.
Well, there we go.
Kieran O'Reilly. As I said, he's the man, very much the man on form. Well, again, I've got to know, I've got to go with the characters that I know. Kieran O'Reilly or McGowan are both very good drivers, are both capable. Skunky's a good driver. I wouldn't roll out Silth. I don't know how much overtaking, how many position changes we can get in a 20-minute race, at Silverstone with these cars. So I'm gonna put my money on this, on a safe bet, which is Kieran O'Reilly.
Well, I'm not, but
Okay,
I am and not at the same time. I'm going to go with Kowalski with this one. He's not had a win yet this season, but pole position here at Silverstone, a couple of guys with ballast behind him as well. I mean, you can't go wrong there with a lightweight car and everyone else carrying a bit of weight as well. If I actually find...
Unless you drop it yourself, of course.
Yes, which is something I probably would do anyway.
I certainly would.
Regarding the ballast, it is actually going to be Kieran O'Reilly who carries 40 kilos, Silth carries 35, Mezin, who's not here tonight, carries 30, Skunky carries 25, McGowan 20, Hooper, who's not here as well, carries 15, Schwarbert carries 10, and DeMonster, who's not here as well, carries 5. So that's kind of the way we are looking at weight-wise. So O'Reilly carrying the heaviest and towards the front, with McGowan with 20 kilos. Regarding the actual championship itself, it is O'Reilly leading from Silth, Mezin, Skunky, McGowan, Hooper, Schwarbert and DeMonster, which is your top 8, as I said. Kowalski, the first one in that top 10 and without weight, in 9th place. Post in 10th with Hibbs in 11th, Harris 12th, Lojak 13th. Zdanov leading Silver in 14th with Flop in 15th. Wilbrink in 16th with Vargas 17th. Ramsdell 18th and Nugamanov in 19th place position. Matt Wright in 20th with Maiger in 21st. Marsden in 22nd and leading bronze with Crespo in 23rd, Aberdeen 24th with Szwolski 25th, Anderson 26th with Cox 27th, Johnson 28th with Lee 29th, Jacket 30th, Gillies 31st, and then Smith in 32nd, Parrow 33rd, O in 34th, Hoochhausen in 35, and Crack in 36th. And then we finish things off with Millington in that 37th position. Regarding the teams, MSA are 306 points ahead of the casuals in that second place position. And I think it's going to take a lot for MSA to lose that lead. Autobahn United are sat in third with Apex Motorsport in fourth. Greasy Bandits Racing fifth with Kozak Racing in sixth. Only Siders in seventh with GBU Racing in eighth. Team FBGB in ninth with Schwarster's Motorsport in 10th, Simplay Racing in 11th, Quantum Motorsport in 12th, Soldor Racing in 13th, Minex Racing in 14th, Billy No Mates in 15th, and Team SPR rounding off the Teams Championship as well.
Good job, it's a long lap.
It is indeed.
And you talk fast.
And I talk fast, and it's going to be an even longer lap next week as we are going down under next week as we head to Bathurst Mount Panorama in these cars as well. I'm actually thoroughly excited for that one.
All week for next. Well, to be fair, the racing's been great all the way across the season this season. Such a competitive grid on every night. It's been some really great racing. So I've absolutely no doubt that this week will be great. And yeah, I'm like you, Dan. I'm a big fan of Mount Panorama. So yeah, great racing for next week.
Well, let's not think too far ahead because we are here at Silverstone for the first race this evening. Race 1 is about to get underway. We are level as we go into the final corner here at Woodcote. Kowalski on pole position ahead of Kieran O'Reilly. Can O'Reilly take and win, or can Kowalski get his first win ever here at Simplay Motorsport? We now wait for the start of this race, and we should be, hopefully, green and go and racing here at Silverstone as O'Reilly out of position, I think, by the list. They got the jump quite easily, and Kowalski drops in behind as we go further back as Kowalski sticks with him. Everyone else, though, a decent start through Copse. We've all managed to survive the first couple of corners here. A couple of stragglers towards the back, but we have managed to survive the first couple of passes of Copse. Now heading into Maggots and Beckett's, and looks like O'Reilly's got the jump and Kowalski is pulling away as we see a car go straight across the Maggots and Beckett's. So that, I think, was Storowski. Yes, it was Storowski. And he works his way through there as everyone... Oh, there goes a car. I think that's Marston.
Hey.
I think it's Marston. No, that's Aberdeen. That's your mate, Zippy, Bungle. That is. Oh, Bungle, that's it. Bungle. Oh, no, you're Zippy.
Yeah, I'm Zippy, he's Bungle. Yeah.
So Aberdeen out in the wall, and he's dropped further back. Big damage to the front end of that car as well. But it's Kieran O'Reilly who leads into the last half of that race. Relatively clean so far, Kelly.
Absolutely. I mean, I take it there's no penalty, but surely Kieran O'Reilly was ahead on the start, was he not? Can he do that?
He can. He just positioned his car slightly better. The game would have automatically given a penalty, but he did get the jump and get the start. McGowan managing to survive first lap once again, but Post right behind him. His teammate Will Brink was starting alongside him. He's dropped down to 7th, and once again, Silt, who started 8th, is up to 5th once again.
Yeah, absolutely. A great start from Silth, then managed to go forward. We didn't really see how. Again, of course, I'm not used to the liveries either. You know, I kind of know the pro liveries and so on and so forth. But so moving forward, as you said, reasonably clean start. Our pole man had a bit of a wiggle into the first part. Club is the first corner, isn't it? With that way round, or Coppice? No, I can't remember.
Abbey.
Abbey, yeah, of course it is. None of the above. So yeah, some clean start racing for these. It's a big track, Silverstone. Surely they've got enough room for these little cars, haven't they?
They have indeed, but also there's obviously the slipstream will help them out massively as well. They'll start to open up a little bit. As you can see, O'Reilly and Kowalski dropping the pack of them. Post actually starting to give McGowan a little bit of a headache as we head up towards the first couple of corners. Once again, we go into Copse, and you can see they're just on and off the throttle ever so slightly there, but McGowan has got the run and the gap as I'm pressing the wrong buttons. That's the view I want. We'll come back to that view a little bit later on once there's a close fight, but here is a close fight. Shorowski versus Zdanov, and Zdanov gets it done in the first part of Maggots and Beckett, and here comes Hibbs thinking he can have a quick go, but thinks better of it at this moment in time.
Not an easy place to overtake through Maggots and Beckett. It's a high-speed corner, and usually you need some compliance from the person you're trying to overtake, because it can all go wrong very quickly and be a real aircraft accident.
It can indeed, and you can see now already your top two guys pulling that gap, 9/10 separating those two, and they're pulled away from the rest of them. McGowan, like I said, having a little bit of headache with Post just behind him. Skunky keeping in touch with Silth, and Flop going with him as well, as we got a great little scrap going from I think it's Wilbrink. Yeah, Wilbrink down to Schwarber, Zdanov, and Swarovski going wide again with Hibbs, Ramsel, Crespo, Varga, Jacket, Marsden, all these guys relatively close to one another. And then it opens up once again, as we see here, Anderson going wheel to wheel with Gillies, who goes right round the outside.
I like that livery, the 95, that champagne gold. Nice.
Well, Anderson does have a teammate, and that is the Monster, and he has the same livery, but instead of yellow wheels, I have white wheels, I believe he has instead.
Oh, that might even better.
Or silver, I believe it's one and a two is Smith. Oh, Smith looks to the inside of Anderson and can't get the job there, doing it for the Billy No Mates team, but can't get his nose up the inside.
Which Rob Smith is that one?
That
normally
is...
Pro-Am Rob Smith, or normally Pro Rob Smith?
Pro-Am Rob Smith.
Oh, the one from Helston?
Yes.
Yes, the Cornish rattler drinking, pasty eating Rob Smith, that one.
Yeah,
of course, same livery as this Pro-Am, to be fair, innit? Same colouring.
Yeah. As you see, Post has a good exit out of Luffield. He's now right underneath McGowan here. I say right underneath. These cars, they get a lot closer than this. But like you said, Duffin, a good clean start as Post gets a big lunge through Cops there. Really gets close to the back of McGowan. But you can see McGowan just carried a bit more momentum going through Cops and is able to just pull that gap. And the lights on behind is the ever menacing looking MSA livery. And boy, they do look menacing when they come up behind you.
Don't look in the mirror. That's the way to deal with that. Yes, it does. I love these views. I very rarely see these views. We don't normally, as Dan explained at the top of the show, don't normally do it this way round. So I'm doing a share screen. I see exactly what you see. Normally, with the way that ACC is, we have to share the view that we see, and I normally ride on board for most of the races. But this is really nice, these different views, especially the helicopter cam. I don't think I can get that, can I, at all, with the way I view.
You can, but it's very awkward to get the views now. But speaking of the helicopter view, we are on board with the helicopter that is flying over the Hamilton Strait at the minute, the Sir Lewis Hamilton Strait, as Post now. There, as he is right on the back of McGowan. McGowan carrying a lot more speed into Abbey as he then goes through into a village. And right now, it looks like Post is able to carry the speed into the corners better than McGowan. But McGowan just seems to have a better flow through the corners, able to get better exits.
From this angle, these BMWs look lovely. They look planted to the road, like they're picking up the apexes and the back end just dancing around. They're pretty to watch, BMWs, when they're being driven correctly, and they look the part. On board, they may not be in the driving seat. They may not be quite so planted, and they may, you know what race drivers are like, always moaning about having to steer or oversteer or whatever else, isn't it?
Never have enough grip.
That's right. Or not fast enough. Never fast enough. Never enough grip.
Yeah, they're either a GP2 engine or they're just terrible on downforce.
Yeah. Undrivable is what Formula One drivers seem to do when they're, only in the top five, as opposed to, undrivable. The car doesn't grip. I have no grip whatsoever. Does that not mean you'd be off the track?
And then usually you would hear that, and then Lewis Hamilton says fastest lap of the race. That tends to happen quite a bit.
Yeah. I was picking on Verstappen particularly on that one, but
I know you were going Verstappen, but I was going more Lewis Hamilton. The car's I got no life in the tyres, and then next thing you know, bang, fastest lap of the race comes out of nowhere.
Yeah. Driver queens, aren't they?
Yeah. As right now, though, Kelly, obviously a couple of interesting rounds we've had this season already with Imola, Misano, and a few other circuits like that where it's been tight and twisty. At the minute for this Silverstone race, it's not as exciting as I would hope it was going to be. A little bit of a slow burner, I think. Obviously, these cars, you see the big gap between Flop and Wilbrink. Is that Wilbrink? No, sorry, Schwarber and Ramsel. Ramsel's just detached himself from the top 9, but not quite the send-its that I thought these cars would send around here at Silverstone.
Maybe the track, the GP layout, maybe it's just a little bit too big, for these cars. they do the for the British touring car. Those who follow it, they do the it's the national circuit, isn't it? Which is got to be the dullest bit of tarmac that you've ever seen in your entire life. And I'm sure there's other configurations for this Silverstone circuit that could be a lot more exciting. And I think you need a more a short, sharp circuit for these smaller cars.
Yeah, for sure. As you see, Aberdeen, who's currently on a recovery drive at the minute, the amount of damage on the front end of his car.
Yeah, he's got death, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got Zdanov up his inside, who was up in the top half of the grid. He's ended up dropped down the bottom half of the circuit now, and he's having a fight with these guys. And we got this gaggle of cars as well. We got Marsden, Lee, Jacket, and Varga all in this scrap as well. So it's some close racing between these guys at the minute, and you got just up ahead of him is Szorowski as well. Marsden right in the firing line of these guys at the moment, and really trying to hold off these guys. If we see there, Lee sending it up the inside, and Varga's going to sit and watch and try and find an opportunity, and he's going to try and look up the inside of Luffield, and he's not going to quite get the nose there. Oh, it's very close, tight racing here.
Lee's not afraid. Lee's not afraid of Ascendit, I'll tell you that for sure. I've been on the receiving end of one of his Ascendits, or a couple of them actually, so he's not afraid of Ascendit. Going up the order quite well actually is Lee, considering he started dead last, didn't he, with the qualifying ban?
He did start at the back of the pack, and he's now up to P14, but he's going to try and attempt for P14, going to the outside of Maggots and Beckett's, who have the inside for then the next part, but on the outside, Marsden though gives him the spare the space and racing room, and good racing so far. But meanwhile, Szorowski did not have a good exit, and here comes Marsden now flying up the inside.
Yeah, absolutely, and how things turn around very quickly there. Marsden with a great run out of Maggots and Beckett's and down this straight, and has got the inside line. It looks like he's got that job done there, but this is now bringing Lee back into play as they head just a nip downhill to the Vale chicane, and Lee goes right. Yeah, I think Marsden was a bit early on the brakes there, don't you?
Possibly so, or Lee was just a little bit more confident, but he just sent it up the inside, and job done.
Didn't he? I do think Marsden was a bit early on the brakes there, and I think Lee was going to probably have Ascend it anyway. So all's fair in love and war, and they all come out of it cleanly. So happy days. So quite a group of cars here, just scrapping away as Lee now is starting to have a look at the back of. It was Marsden who's in front of this group, is it not?
Marsden slap bang in the middle.
Yeah, sorry, it's a Varga. Varga who's Varga's 464.
It's Szorowski who's leading this group.
Szorowski, that's the one. We get there in a minute.
And you can see there he's trying to break the toe there, trying to go to the inside of the circuit. Varga moves his way forward on Marsden. Marsden now looks back up the inside, going into the left-hander, and there's the door. Marsden sends it, but makes slight contact. Szorowski's off as well. Jacket hits him, and Szorowski trying to get himself going again, and it was all going to come to an end eventually there, wasn't it though, Kelly?
It was, and we had cars off left, right and centre. That was Matt Wright as well, who went wide, trying to avoid the carnage by the looks of things. But all went wrong in the end, and what a shame.
Was a shame indeed. Meanwhile, we go on board with Silth because he's got Skunky for company, and just behind them as well is the Autobahn United driver Odd Flop. This should be an interesting scrap. Skunky and Silth, kind of veterans of Simplay Motorsport, you would say now.
Coming on that way,
coming on that way. Well, if they're veterans, then Jesus, I don't know what I am. I'm surely dead.
Granddad.
I'm a dinosaur. I'm a dinosaur.
Yeah, you and me both been there right for the last 5 years or so, we joined very similar times, so right back at the beginning with the Project Cars days of Simplay Motorsport. But these guys, they've been around the block here a little bit. Silth, ex-champion, ex-pro champion, and Skunky, was he pro-am champion? No, I think runner-up, was he?
Runner-up, pro.
Yeah, run-up to pro, so Skunky and Silth have both been at the sharp end. As for Flitzflop, I haven't seen him before, I don't think.
Flop is a relatively new driver, likes the side series, and has participated in a lot of them. He's done the GT4 Ginetta Championship, and now he's in the M2s as well. The M2s actually produced quite a lot of drivers, was very, very popular for drivers. Matt in the chat saying this is Skunky's 137th race, this is, so that just shows how long Skunky's been here for. I believe DJ Phil holds the longest running record of most appearances.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure now Duffin has heard me say that. He's going to find that stat. But Sylph is on a race meeting 90. Yeah. So we're on board with Swarovski again, sorry. He's in the wars once again, as is Varga. So Swarovski, Wright and Varga losing out to a bronze driver, Marsden. Marsden having a great little run here at Silverstone.
Yeah. He's going forward for sure. And I was going to say, DJ Phil turns up to the opening of an envelope, doesn't he?
There you go.
So many, yep.
There's right on cue. Duffin says DJ Phil, 483 events he has entered at Simplay Motorsport.
Dan's 375. Yes, my God, you've been around the block a bit, haven't you?
Yeah,
you know,
I'm a bit of a dinosaur.
You certainly are, yeah. But hey, many championships to your name. Me, 230 races. 230 and a measly 7 wins. And none of them on ACC.
Sorry, Zdanov.
That was deep.
Yeah, he missed the brakes going into Copse, and instead of hitting the back of Smith, he decided, I'm going to go out wide and avoid that incident. Meanwhile, Anderson has got Smith for companies. Now Smith gets it all wrong going into Maggots and Beckett's. Has to straight line it. And that ruins that kind of camber angle that I was going for. But Marsden and Swarovski still going at it, as Matt Wright just behind him, and Vargas just dropped off the back of him as well. The back end of this pack seems to be very entertaining, but the front end of the guys seem to have just spread themselves out a little bit, as we haven't spoke about your race leader. Holds fastest lap of the race, 40 kilos. Really doesn't seem to be hampering him that much. He's currently out in front. Kieran O'Reilly ahead of Kowalski. Then it's McGowan in P3 with Post in P4. A brilliant drive once again, continuing on his good form from Imola. With Sylph now in 5th, with Skunky pretty much pushing Sylph lap for lap at the minute. He can't seem to find a space or an opportunity to find his way through at this minute. But that's your top 6. Flop in 7th, with Schwarbert in that 8th place. Wilbrink in 9th, and Ramsel rounding up the top 10. So Ramsel having a better round here at Silverstone.
How are you feeling for Silverstone later in the week, Dan, when you get back in the car yourself?
I'm hoping for rain.
Okay. Is the Lexus normally good round here?
No.
Is it not? We've got some big long straights, and the Lexus is really good on power.
But it's the change of direction that it's not very good with.
Okay. Right.
So that's its weak point. Duffin, a quick question in the chat. You say this might be O'Reilly's 38th race win if he can hang on for the next less than 4 minutes of this session. Where does that put him overall ranking of most race wins here at the minute? 38 is quite a lot. I believe. I think I'm the only driver to hit 50, but that's because I'm a dinosaur and been here for too long.
I mean, when you started, only about 6 people turned up, didn't they?
Right. Meanwhile, Skunky's had a great run through Chapel. He's now on the back bumper himself. He's looking to send it into Stowe. A great overtaking opportunity, but he's not quite far enough alongside O'Reilly's 4th in the overall most wins. And Sylph goes a little bit wide on the exit of Stowe. He's going to head down Vale, but he's going to have the inside going into Club.
Yep.
I think he should be able to hang off Skunky there. So a good little scrap between these two. Fair and respectful at the minute. Meanwhile, Post is still giving McGowan a bit of hard time to say that. He's dropped a little bit further back. But any argy-bargy between Skunky and Sylph, and Flop is right in the money there. Meanwhile, we've got Gillies and Jacket going at it as well. So close fights all up and down the grid so far.
You're in one of those positions where everyone wants to take your records now, don't they?
They're more than welcome to. Like I said, drivers love a challenge, don't they? And what's competition without challenge, isn't there? So
absolutely.
They're like Michael Schumacher. Records are there to be beaten. So they're more welcome to get him. As Smith, has had a moment somewhere and has managed to get himself going, but has lost a little bit of time to the cars around him. Post, meanwhile, still giving McGowan a little bit of a hard time. If Post gets onto the podium, I believe that'll be his first podium here at Simply Motorsports, so it'd be great for the Apex driver to do that. But I said about Flop getting onto the back of Skunky, and he has.
Yeah. Fits Flop, he's right there, and that's quite a nice liveried car as well, actually. Quite like Flip Flops, Fitz Flops livery. That's quite nice.
Well, Schwarbert's and Flops are the same livery, but inverted.
Yeah.
So
nice. Yeah, I like them. Pretty.
We now start the final lap here at Silverstone, and those 20 minutes have gone very, very quickly. And the man who's not looked fast at all is your number one driver, O'Reilly, who's got this under control. Kowalski never really gave him a threat right at the start of this race, and really just been hampered ever since. Ooh, Silth bouncing over through Beckett's and Beckett's there.
What line was that? That was a Honda line, that was.
I was just about to reference the Honda as well.
Good man.
As we see Zdanov now onto the back of Anderson into Copse, and Anderson takes a wider line, making sure he doesn't take the track limits, but does slow him down as he comes over to the right hand side. Zdanov looking for an opportunity, going to Maggots and Beckett's, but the door's going to shut quite hard on him.
Yeah, every time anybody goes in there looking for an overtake, I start to hold my breath. It's not. It's as I said earlier, you've got to have compliance with the other driver if you're going to make a move there.
You have indeed. Meanwhile, McGowan has still got the Apex Motorsport driver of Post hunting him down, waiting for that opportunity to pounce after if McGowan makes a mistake. And once again, McGowan been struggling this season with luck, and looks like luck is about to change. But is Post going to give him a bit of a hard time towards the end of this race? We'll keep an eye on where O'Reilly is, because he's coming now towards the back end of the circuit, and O'Reilly's just looked unbeatable here tonight. He's just looked confident and strong in this first race, and into the final few corners he comes now, Kelly, and another win to his name.
Absolutely. As we said, 38th win. This will be for Kieran O'Reilly. He's the man on form at the moment, and looking like it doesn't matter if it's a Honda or a BMW, he can do it all, and with ballast as well by the looks of it, as he's going to come round the final corner and go across the line for that win, 38, and great drive from him. Quite easy for him, to be fair.
Kowalski takes second with McGowan in third, Post in fourth. Silth is going to cross the line for fifth, and then sixth goes Skunky. Flop in seventh. Schwarber in eighth, with Wilbrink in ninth. Rounding off the top 10 is Ramsell, but he's been hunted down by Hibbs right at the very end there. So Hibbs possibly more potential underneath him. Crespo in the end, finishing off his first race in 12th place position. Lee started last, worked his way back up to 13th place position. A good drive indeed. A little bit of mishap for other drivers to help him. Gillies 14th with Jacket in 15th. Marsden is going to come home for 16th place position with Schwarowski in 18th. Dennis Matt Wright, Varga, Anderson, and I think that's Millington. Yes, it is. Where's Zdanov? He's back behind them, so it's going to be Millington to the line to get that 20th ahead of Anderson. Then it's going to be Zdanov. Aberdeen then comes to cross line. Paro and Nugamanov have cross line already. Aberdeen cross the line for 23rd. O is going to finish 24th, and Smith rounding us off for that one, Kelly. Oh,
yeah.
Gotta love M2s, haven't you?
Yeah, I like them. I like them a lot, Dan. yeah. I want one.
Well, we're going to be off to a break. I'm not sure if Kelly's going to be back with us or not.
I might not. If I'm not, then join me and Matt Duff and Sweet and Sticky in your box on Pro Night, where you'll see this man, Dan Davis, behind the wheel of his mighty Lexus, ripping up the Pro division and watching the back end of a Honda.
Thanks. Either we'll both be back, or I'll be back in a few moments' time. But we're now going to head off to a quick break. We'll see you after the break. And we're clear.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah. That was fun. I am going to shoot off now. But yeah, I might try and do this again if I can. Even if it's just for the start, if you don't mind the company.
Yeah. Well, what I might do then is with Matt. Then I might tell him just to add you as a driver anyway, or as a
Anyway,
spectator.
yeah, yeah,
Just leave it then,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
you can come and go as you please.
Absolutely. Yeah, I did kind of drop it on everyone as a bit of a last minute thing, but I just
That's
had,
fine.
yeah, I had the time, so yeah, but it's been fun. But as I said, I'm going to go and and shoot off.
All right.
Cool, cool, cool. Right, I'll speak to you Thursday night.
All right. Catch you then.
Right, we'll do, mate. Right on. Speak to you later.
Speak to you later.
Green light. Go, go, go. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. Green light, go, go, go. You're at the halfway mark. Keep pushing. Final lap now. The leader has finished the race. Green light. Go, go, go.
looked fairly buttoned up there, but I tell you, his teammates were massively impressed with his time when he got out of the car, because apparently he got out and just went, well, that was a good one. But do not underestimate, particularly Raffaele Marciello in the 88 car. Won't be started by the Italian racer. It could be, I was listening to Duno starting, but I think it ought to be third driver, Tristan Gautier. We'll see as we get going. But that got within 0.169 of a second across the three drivers' ties when they aggregated. So that ASP Mercedes seems to be at the sharp end. Let's go back down to Watty again, because we wanted to hear from Raffaele Marciello, a Mercedes 38, and Watty has gone not at all Italian.
Raffaele, again, another outstanding qualifying. You dragged every last out of performance out of the Mercedes.
Yeah, it was a good quality for us to be in P2. We had a good average lap time, so we can be happy for our quality, but it's only the start. It's a long race, 3 hours. Our car is behaving really well, so I think we can have a good race, not to say.
Are you going to do the last stint as usual or a bit earlier?
No, that was always.
And a brand new set of tyres for you?
I don't think we will see, because there is no degradation, so it's better to keep the new for other occasion, but the car is doing well, there is no degradation, so I think we can use also the set.
And any strategy, obviously, lead the race from the lights going out, first quarter?
No, I mean it's important to pass first at the end, not at the beginning, so we'll see.
Wise words from a young man, thank you.
This is the epic outline of Silverstone, opened in 1948, changed from time to time over the years, but still the essence of its place is that it was a circuit built on a perimeter road of a World War II fighter station, and as you can see, there is a lot of flow around the outside of the circuit with some incredible sectors. Sector 1, wonderful twist halfway through Maggots and Beckett, down on the long Hanger straight, and then you go to Sector 2, down into Vale, around the club, lots of drivers get it wrong, and then down Wellington Straight to get into the light blue final sector, or get into Brooklands, Luffield and Woodcote sweep to end it all. Packed down the grid, as you can imagine.
Green light, give it all you can.
John Watson with
30 seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. Green light. Go, go, go. is on final lap now. The leader has finished the race.